Hi and welcome to E-ZTutoring. Today we're going to cover how to solve quadratic equations by factoring. So every quadratic equation will be written in the standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Now this is important for a couple of reasons. I will get to that in a second. For now, let's just suppose that we're given the equation f of x equals x squared plus 5x minus 24, and scratch that. I meant to say it's equal to 0 because we are actually solving for the roots. So the reason I brought this up is because we need to look at our a value and at our c value in our given equation. Our a value is 1 and our c value is negative 24. What we need to do is we need to multiply a times c, which is simply equal to 1 times negative 24, which gives us negative 24. Next, we will need to find out what our b value is. Our b value is simply 5. Why do we need these values? Well, in order to factor a quadratic equation, you need two numbers that multiply to negative 24 and add to 5. So I'll say over here, multiply and add. How can you find those two numbers? Well, let's go ahead and find all of the divisors of negative 24. We have 1 times negative 24. And you can always play around with that negative. We can also do negative 1 times 24. Now, can we combine 1 and negative 24 to get 5? 1 minus 24? No. Negative 1 plus 24? No. Okay, how about 12 and 2? 12 times negative 2. 12 minus 2 gives us 10. That doesn't work. Now you want to keep playing around with these divisors until you find your numbers that actually work. So after doing this for a little bit, you will see that the numbers 8 times negative 3 will work because 8 minus 3 is equal to 5, which is exactly what we wanted. So these are your two numbers that you want. These are your two numbers that you will use to factor this. So in order to factor this, all you do is you write two sets of parentheses, put an x for the first term in each, and then over here you simply put your numbers that you found using this method. And our numbers are positive 8, negative 3. Positive 8, negative 3. Boom, we are done factoring. Those are our two factors. Now, we're not done there. We have to actually find the x values that make this equation 0. So this is a popular concept that you are going to use for years down the road. Something times something equals 0. So therefore, if this something were to equal 0, then the whole thing would be equal to 0. If x plus 8, if this whole set of parentheses were equal to 0, then you would have 0 times, it doesn't even matter what this is because whatever this is, you're multiplying it by 0, which would give you 0. And then you get another solution. If x minus 3 were equal to 0, then once again, 0 times, it doesn't matter what this is, equals 0. So therefore, you'll get two values, x equals 3 and x equals negative 8. If you are not comfortable with this concept, you don't need to understand it. You can just say that your x value is the opposite of positive 8 and the opposite of negative 3, which will give you that. But I really, really do not recommend doing that in the case where you have like 2x minus 3 because that wouldn't work anymore. So that's like a last resort. But either way, that is how you factor a quadratic and how you also find the x values that make it equal to 0 from factoring. So I hope this made sense. If you guys ever want ACT or SAT help, be sure to visit my website, www.e-ztutoring.com. Thank you guys, and have a good day.